What's good, Ravens Space family? Today we are here reaction with Skip Bayless talking about Lamar Jackson. Some scary news, but we're going to jump right into it. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Leave a comment and I'll answer back. Let's get into it.
Lamar Jackson is not happy that the Baltimore Ravens have refused to pay him the way the Browns paid Deshaun Watson. So this is what I heard from what I consider a credible source inside the Ravens locker room.
So the fact that they're saying, so this is Skip Bayless, and again, Skip Bayless can be a little cringy sometimes. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a giant fan of his, just because of some of his biases. But if he's going to say this, and he's going to say it was someone in the locker room, I truly do believe it was someone in the locker room. He's been doing this for too long to lie about stuff like that. So again, I do think it was someone in the locker room, which means to me a player told him that, because they, Skip probably asked him, probably knows him. Skip asked him, right? Or I guess it could be a coach or something like that. But a coach would never, I don't think would do that. I think a player would, because one, the players want people to know what's really happening, right? A lot of times the teams control that stuff. So that's what I think. So let's listen to it.
Don't want to blow this way out of proportion, but I do believe what I've heard is significant. Lamar Jackson is so upset over his contract that he's effectively, quote unquote, holding out without actually holding out. Lamar is no longer as engaged or as responsive during meetings. You might say he's sometimes withdrawn during meetings. That's not at all like the Lamar we used to know and love. Occasionally, Lamar has been a little late for a meeting, a little late for a practice, something he never would have been before. Again, these aren't end-of-the-world developments, but obviously Lamar Jackson is not the all-in, intensely dedicated, just ultra-disciplined Lamar that the Ravens had come to know and trust.
So I want to jump in. I mean, guys, you let me know. I'm not at work on time every day. I'm not going to lie. I mean, if I've been on work on time for, 3-4 years every day, and I'm late a couple of times, he even said a little late, right? And the reason he's saying that is because he doesn't want it to blow up. He doesn't want people to say, oh, Skip Bayless says Lamar Jackson was skipping practice, this and that, this and that. He doesn't want that to happen. So that's why he's saying a little late, a tiny bit this, a tiny bit that, because he doesn't want it to blow up. I don't know if that is indicative of Lamar's commitment to the team. But again, to be honest, if I've given you what Lamar has given to the Ravens, you're always a winner. Lamar, again, is like 50 games over 500, guys. Something crazy like that. Like something wild. I'll find the stat for you guys, but it's crazy. And you're not going to give me that trust and that love to give me this contract, not because you like me, but because I earned it. Because guess what? There's another quarterback who earned it as well, and he hasn't won as much as I have. He doesn't have an MVP. And guess what? I don't have all this stuff in my closet that, that the other one has. So, it's, you gotta be real with that, and that would make me upset too, to be honest.
Over his first 4 seasons, I do not love the way Lamar is handling this. I cannot endorse it, but I certainly do understand it. And I do have...
Sorry, just to make sure everyone's tracking, Skip Bayless switched back to his own personal opinion. It looks like he was speaking, from something someone's told him. I don't think the person told him this part. I think this is just him talking.
Much compassion for Lamar's plight in Baltimore. But I do want to be clear, when it is time to play football, Lamar is playing football 1,000%. I have no doubt about that.
And Lamar loves the game, and 100% true. We all know, we can see that. it's very evident that Lamar loves the game and he's giving it everything he has when he's out there on the field. So Ravens fans don't need to worry about that at all. So.
I don't think for 1 second I'm not here to even remotely suggest that he's giving less than his best during football games. That's definitely not who he is. But during the week, yeah, I believe he sometimes loses heart for dedicating himself to a team that so far has not returned his commitment. Now, I've said this from the start.
And again, Lamar's human, guys. We can't pretend he's not human, right? And, how many times, the media is talking about it, and he is playing he's going out there and playing hard and is risking injury. So he's human. So if this is happening to the extent that he says it's happening, that's fine. If it were to get out of hand, right, let's say he just stopped coming to meetings, right? Then I would say, well, then you should just hold out, right? If you're going to do that, then hold out. But if he's a little bit late, if he's not answering questions, that's because he's peed off, right? And, I've been there before, right? Where, you're trying to do something and a boss or a superior or something upsets you, and then they want you to go to a meeting and pretend like nothing happened. Nah, something happened, and I'm not going to say it because that's unprofessional. And I'm not going to negatively impact the room, but I'm going to keep to myself. I'm going to keep quiet. I'm going to let everything happen, and whatever happens, happens, right? That's what Lamar is doing, and that's what I think Skip Bayless is saying right now. Oh, sorry about that, guys. I don't know why that happened.
Lamar's first mistake was trying to represent himself in these negotiations with some help from his mother. No, Lamar. It's just not healthy.
All right, so I'm gonna step in here, guys. I hate this argument, guys. I really, really do. In certain situations where things are complicated, I do understand getting an agent, 100%. And I told you guys before, I am a contractor, right? So I have a person who represents me, goes to whoever I'm working for, negotiates a rate, and they get some off the top, probably more than I do, but hey, neither here nor there, and then sends the rest to me, right? And that's how I make a living, right? I love you guys. You guys not paying my bills with the little bit of views I get, but neither here nor there. But the point is that I understand that there's a time and place for that. But if I could go to whatever company and hold up a piece of paper, right, and say, hey, because you can go get Deshaun Watson's contract, right? You don't have to be in the know for that, right? It's online. You can go and request it from whatever. The NFLPA can definitely give it to Lamar, whatever. And just hold it up and say, give me this. I don't need to pay a person $50,000 to say, give me this, right? I want the same exact thing he has. And that's what I think is happening. Give me this plus $1, right? That's what he's saying. So I'm not with the you need an agent for that part. But
I get
again, I'm not an agent and I'm not a football player.
Potentially saving, $7-8 million in agent fees. But if I could use the old British cliche, penny wise, pound foolish. This is big picture foolish because by very definition, negotiations breed negativity. The Ravens are forced to tell Lamar to his face why they believe he isn't a great risk for them. They have to tell him to his face what's wrong with him. They have to tell him why he's not worth $230 million that Deshaun got guaranteed.
All right, awesome. So that's the end of the video. So that last point I do want to talk about because I'm actually on Skip's side on that part right there in the pundits, right? It is tough to negotiate for yourself because of that one point. But if Lamar thinks he can handle it, he can handle it. Now, again, that will make you upset, right? Because everyone has to be real, right? And it's the downside is that you're forcing them to tell you things that's going to hurt your feelings. The upside is that they can't play games with you, right? They can't go to you and say, you go to your agent and say, hey, we got to make this work. You know, this is what we think, blah, blah, blah. Come on, you know, you represent this player and that player that we take on, and we'll get one of your guys a look in training camp and blah, blah, blah. No, Lamar's just like, look, this is what I want. And if you're not going to give this to me, you have to tell me why. And a lot of times that works, guys. I know, you know, we all don't like conflict the same, right? And so sometimes that works. And it hasn't worked yet, but I do think Lamar will get paid. I think that he deserves the money based on how he's played. And so I think he'll get it. You guys let me know in the comments below what you think about what Skip Bayless said. If you guys feel any concern about Lamar not, you know, showing up to practices 100% on time like he used to, this or that, let me know. Thank you guys, and go Ravens.